This is Apple Valley News Now at 5 on your side.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Alyssa Warner. We do begin with that breaking news. Police are investigating after getting reports of a Southridge High School student who had access to an explosive device. That student has now been arrested. Apple Valley News Now's Austin Reed joins us live in Kennewick. What have we learned so far?
Well, Alyssa, this news broke just about an hour and a half ago. We are live here at Southridge High School. Of course, kids are making their way out of the school now if they're here for outdoor activities or after school activities. There's a few cars here, but the bigger story is not specifically at the high school, but actually at the scene of where police were earlier. Only Apple Valley News Now was there. Let's take a look at that video. So a concerned student contacted Southridge High School's police resource officer to report that a student they believed possessed an explosive device. KPD started working together to ensure to assist with the investigation and spoke with that student. Now, during the investigation, it was clear there was no current threat to any area schools and the device was not on school grounds. Instead, bomb techs rendered a device safe at the residence. This is at a home on the 1400 block of South Harrison Street in Kennewick. At this point, police say that 17-year-old student, a male, has been arrested. He is at the Benton Franklin Juvenile Detention Center. Nobody was hurt. Police say there is no safety issues at this time here at the school. But they do tell me that this is a good example of if you see something, say something. We'll have more for you coming up at 6. For now, we're live at Southridge High School in Kennewick. Austin Reed, Apple Valley News Now. Alyssa?
Thanks, Austin. Today, state lawmakers held hearings on 2 initiatives to the legislature. These are basically proposals that enough people signed on to merit attention from the state. Now, Initiative 2113 would once again change the rules about police chases in Washington. This is a debate we have been following for years now. Lawmakers put strict limits on police chases in 2021. Then they loosened those restrictions in 2023. And I-2113 would loosen restrictions even more so that law enforcement could start a chase if they have reasonable suspicion that any crime has been committed and that there is a threat to the safety of others that outweighs the danger of a police chase.
I shaped this initiative in talking with law enforcement, both in my part of the state and elsewhere. And when I talked to cops and sheriff's deputies and other people in that line of work, they told me the one thing, more than anything else, that we need is the ability to chase bad people.
A growing body of data and research shows that all too often, these pursuits actually hurt public safety by putting the lives of officers and members of the public at risk.
Now, more than 5,000 people signed into this morning's hearing in support of the initiative. Under 200 signed in to show their opposition. Lawmakers could simply adopt the initiative and change the law, but if they don't, it will be placed on the November ballot for a statewide vote. Now today, lawmakers also heard testimony about Initiative 2081, which would create a Parents' Bill of Rights in Washington. We're going to take a closer look at that initiative coming up tonight on Apple Valley News Now at 6. But for right now, we need to talk about your forecast. There's a lot happening out there, and Stacey Lee is tracking all of it for us.
That's right. Wind has been the big story today. We have strong winds. We have wind advisories till 7 o'clock tomorrow. 25 to 35 miles sustained winds, but gusting up to 55 and 60 miles an hour in some areas, particularly along the foothills of the Blues. And again, those winds continue. We're seeing those strong gusty winds right now. These are sustained winds, not even the gusts. Walla Walla right now at 25, 13 Tri-Cities. Yakima was seeing gusts today up to 60 miles an hour. Add to that our winter storm warnings. We've got 2 to 4 feet of snow above 1,000 feet with 40 to 50 mile winds across the Cascades. Another 6 to 12 inches here in the Blues with blowing snow. All right, let's talk about our sunrise this morning on our Dust Devil camera today. It was beautiful. You did see that layer of clouds. We didn't get that sunshine like yesterday, but An overcast day and windy. Right now 60 degrees on our Dust Devil Sky Cam. Our feels like temperature is 60, but our winds are blowing at 13 miles per hour. Here's what's coming up. It's going to be wet and windy tonight. Showers and breezy winds once again tomorrow. We're tracking that heavy mountain snow at least through tomorrow evening, and a wintry mix is still possible in the lower elevations this weekend. I'll get to all the details coming up in my First Alert full weather forecast. Alyssa.
Thanks, Stacy. The city of Richland is considering a change to height limits for buildings along the Columbia River. The ordinance would change the maximum building height from 35 to 85 feet in a total of 3 waterfront zones. Now, the goal is to bring new development from high-rise apartment buildings to retail and recreational centers. But after about an hour of deliberation and concern from residents, that issue is now on hold due to outdated city parking codes.
As far as the parking code has been a very big issue for the city for a very long time, and it does not just affect businesses, it affects people who are renovating their houses.
Now, the city is planning for a number of upcoming workshops to focus on updating the parking codes. We're going to take a closer look into that whole process coming up tonight at 6 only on Apple Valley News Now. The United States Postal Service plans to invest $40 billion over the next 10 years to improve postal services all across the country. Right now, they're reviewing their Yakima processing and distribution center for potential changes. Apple Valley News Now's Emily Goodell tells us Yakima County commissioners have some serious concerns.
Commissioners sent USPS a letter on February 22nd detailing their concerns about the timeliness of mail being processed in Yakima County. Commissioners say as it stands, they're seeing a lot of mail traveling in the city of Yakima being transported to Spokane for processing before coming back to the city for delivery. Commissioners say that's already been causing delays across the county.
We've seen checks on day one leave the county and for 3 days or either in Spokane or Seattle, and then on the 4th day end up back in the county where they sit for a few days before they're actually out en route.
Commissioners say they wanted to make it clear that they believe any change to the Yakima processing facility that would increase the amount of local mail having to travel that circle would likely make the problem worse. Coming up at 6, what the U.S. Postal Service has to say about those concerns. Reporting from the Yakima newsroom, Emily Goodell, Apple Valley News Now.
Thanks, Emily. Tonight we are tracking developing news out of Idaho. Plans to execute a serial killer who had been on death row for decades failed this morning. Officials say 73-year-old Thomas Creech was supposed to die by lethal injection, but the medical team couldn't get an IV started after multiple attempts. The state of Idaho says it will consider next steps because the death warrant for this execution has now expired. Today, the Supreme Court announced it will decide whether former President Donald Trump can claim immunity in the federal election interference case against him. Even though the High Court is expediting that case, it won't hear oral arguments until the week of April 22nd. Its ruling on Trump's immunity claim would follow sometime later, which further delays the case. And it could mean the 2024 Republican presidential frontrunner might not go to trial until the thick of the general election campaign later this year. A lower court's ruling against Trump on the immunity claim will stay on hold until the Supreme Court makes a decision. The federal election interference case is one of several criminal and civil cases that Trump is currently facing. Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell announced today that he is stepping down in November, although he will continue to serve in the Senate. The 82-year-old Kentucky Republican is the longest-serving party leader in the Senate, and he says it's time.
So as I've been thinking about when I would deliver some news to the Senate, I always imagined a moment when I had total clarity and peace about the sunset of my work. A moment when I'm certain I have helped preserve the ideals I so strongly believe.
Now, it's not clear
that day
who
arrived today.
It is not clear who will replace McConnell as minority leader. Lawmakers in Congress are also considering a proposal that would clear the way for pot shops to get bank accounts. Right now, businesses dealing with marijuana can't use traditional banks because the federal government considers cannabis an illegal drug. Washington Senator Maria Cantwell says there were more than 50 robbery attempts at marijuana stores in Washington last year, largely due to the all-cash operation, she says. The Safer Banking Act would give banks the option of working with businesses within the marijuana industry if it is approved by Congress and signed by the president. Tonight we're talking about Franklin County's budget shortfall and how the county is looking at fixing that, plus improving the community. We'll learn about the grants available for beautifying local green spaces. And Stacey Lee is tracking some windy conditions after a very warm day for February. Your first alert forecast next on Apple Valley News Now at 5.
You work hard for your money, and now you can get money back on state taxes you already paid with the Washington State Working Families Tax Credit. Visit workingfamiliescredit.wa.gov.
It's Markdown Madness now at Mattress Depot USA.
Get slam dunk savings of up to 60% off.
Beat the buzzer, these prices won't last long.
Low prices every day. Mattress Depot USA.
Tonight, the push to protect IVF nationwide.
It will only get worse.
Plus, the countdown to a partial shutdown. Can lawmakers agree on a deal? More Americans turn to World News Tonight with David Muir, the most watched program on television.
Stan, you're right. The only thing better than video games
are virtual reality video games.
Especially when you're in a player versus player battle arena.
And you're right about Hollowgate being another fun thing you can do at Triple Play.
Yes, I win another round.
That makes Roy 9, Stan 3.
Epic comeback incoming.
Triple Play has fun attractions for everyone, including bowling, ropes course, and many more, all attached to a cozy hotel.
If I wasn't too big to fit in there, I'd whoop them both.
It's Leap Year Savings. Today through February 29th at Walker's Furniture, where you can get the biggest savings of the year on the shortest month of the year. Or take advantage of no interest until 2028.
This week at Walker's.
Did you know Ustria Health has 3 full-time board-certified orthopedic surgeons? Pain in your hands, knees, hips, or shoulders can reduce your quality of life. Orthopedic doctors repair bone, joint, ligament, and tendon injuries, which can relieve debilitating pain. Our surgeons treat tendonitis and carpal tunnel, repair broken bones and fractures, and replace painful, worn-out joints, putting you back in motion. Ustria Health, exceptional rural health care close to home.
An affordable, adjustable bed from Mattress Depot USA will help you sleep better.
And help alleviate aches and pains, sleep apnea, and snoring.
Low prices every day. Mattress Depot USA.
Take advantage of the tax credits you can, including the annual Washington State Working Families Tax Credit. You can get money back on state taxes already paid. Visit workingfamiliescredit.wa.gov.
ET and Extra, tonight at 7 on Apple Valley News Now.
Extra, extra.
Welcome back. A financial analysis of Franklin County shows that it's facing a deficit of millions of dollars as it heads into the 2025 fiscal year. Apple Valley News Now's Monique Ledesma is in Pasco tonight. And Monique, you spent the day talking with the county administrator on why this could be happening.
Yes, Alyssa, County Administrator Mike Gonzalez says that there are several factors when it comes to this contributing deficit, which is $3 to $7 million, by the way. Gonzalez says that the cost of doing business is skyrocketing and the taxes and revenue is not keeping up with those costs. He says the county is responsible for paying for health insurance, fuel for trucks, public works, and deputies patrolling the streets. All of those costs are up to the county, who has to find a way to keep itself whole. But Gonzalez says his team doesn't want to raise taxes, and at the moment it is planning to ask voters to help foot the bill.
What we're starting to see is the gap widening. So you look at the last 3 to 5 years, we could plug the gaps a lot easier, but as inflation goes up and the taxing revenue doesn't keep pace, to plug that gap as it gets wider makes it a lot more difficult.
Gonzalez says, though this is not all bad news and that the county is already working on trying to remedy this situation. Gonzalez says that they already have a plan on action. Find that out coming up tonight later on in 6 and what their biggest challenges are.
Thanks, Monique. We'll check in with you later tonight. Now, Yakima Valley Partners for Habitat for Humanity is celebrating its 40th anniversary of helping make home ownership more accessible in Yakima County with an event that's coming up tomorrow night. The organization started in Buena as the first Habitat for Humanity location in the state of Washington. They've been able to bring more than 200 homes to the Yakima Valley for people who wouldn't have been able to afford them otherwise. Those efforts funded in part by profits from their thrift store on Meade. They also hold workshops to empower homeowners when it comes to financing and maintaining their homes.
It's a look into the future. You know, if we know where we came from and we know what we've overcome in the last 40 years, so we know we can do that much more in the next 40.
We'll hear more about their history at the 40th anniversary kickoff event. That is from 5 until 7 at the Yakima Valley Museum. Tickets are $40 per person. The City of Richland's Parks and Rec Commission is looking to dish out $40,000 from the Park Reserve Fund. The matching grant funds are available for eligible applicants interested in making capital improvements to city parks, trails, open space, or recreational facilities. So this proposed project has to be located on city-owned park or rec property, has to be in conformance with park master plans. It's open to service and civic groups, athletic organizations, private individuals, neighborhood park user groups, and nonprofits. Now, according to the recreation manager with the City of Richland, it's important to get ideas in front of city staff early on.
There's an opportunity for a pre-application meeting, and that's really important too, because that's where you can vet your ideas, get an idea of what you need to do, what boxes still you need to check, and get prepared to put in your application. And that pre-application meeting is actually required.
Application deadline is coming up mid-March. The mandatory presentation will be April 11th. And she says examples of these projects are things like planting, landscaping, and beautification enhancements.
Some also interesting ones were like the horse park at W. Johnson was some enhancements to the equestrian area. That was a really neat project over the years. But also just your creativity and your imagination. Don't restrict it, bring your ideas. And if this isn't the right program, you might have just planted a seed for future projects in the future.
Now, this is a cost match program, and Piper says recipients will receive a third of the total cost of the project from the city, anything up to $8,000. There is a mandatory meeting that is coming up tomorrow for this project grant fund. So if there's an organization with some ideas for ways to enhance Richland Parks and Recreation.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Stacy Lee.
Well, welcome to our Wednesday, and we are on a weather roller coaster. Now, we've had that warm air filtering in, so we're tracking lots of rain across the Cascades right now. We have a cold front that's going to settle in tonight. That will transition to snow. Let's take a look at the Blue Mountains tonight. We're seeing rain showers there, maybe even a little bit of mixed precip going on. Again, transitioning to snow overnight. That warm front brought much warmer temperatures through the area. We were 20 degrees warmer this morning. We're currently 13 degrees above where we were just 24 hours ago. Those temperatures, though, are going to start dropping as the cold front moves in. Let's talk about the snow. That's the big news across the Cascades and the mountains. We've already seen several feet of snow through the area. This is what the track looks like for tomorrow. 1 to 2 inches of snow per hour, totaling up to anywhere from 8 to 16 inches in just a few hours. As that system moves in, it travels further to the south. Oregon's going to see anywhere from 1 to 2 inches across the Cascades, accumulating 10 to 20 inches in just 6 hours. And then that storm finally starts moving down into the Sierra Nevadas. They could see as much as 2 feet of snow, in a very short period of time. Let's map things out on our futurecast. We've got those showers through the area, but as you see, when we start going forward in time, that will transition to snow. That's that cold front moving in overnight. Heavy snow in the Cascades. Winter weather advisories there in place for tonight all the way through Thursday evening at 7. Mostly rain showers here in the lower elevations, and then we'll see that snow start to pick up here in the Blues by tomorrow morning. The snow machine will continue throughout the day, on and off across our entire region, mountain areas, I should say. Lower elevations, we could see some stray showers coming through, and you would definitely will feel the cool down. Unfortunately, those strong gusty winds, they're going to be sticking around through tomorrow. Our wind advisory will expire in the day. Now, Friday, we still continue to see more snow showers falling through the region. So active weather, if you're planning on hitting the road, you'll want to check those past reports. Here's our futurecast winds. Look at Hanford right now, 30-mile-an-hour gusts and higher Foothills of the Blues will see the strongest winds through the night and into tomorrow morning. Columbia Basin, though, still very windy, as well as the areas out in Dayton near Toppenish. And we were seeing gusts today up to 60 miles an hour today in Yakima. This is Thursday night. We still have those breezy to gusty winds. Things will start to calm down as we get into Friday evening, Saturday. So strong gusty winds through the region. 60 degrees, though, right now. Warm front still hanging out in our area, and we'll see those temperatures starting to cool down overnight tonight. But still, we're a little bit warmer than we were last night. 30s and 40s overnight in the Yakima and Kittitas valleys. Scattered showers with windy conditions here in the Columbia Basin. Look at our overnight low, close to 50 degrees. That's going to change, and then we see those temperatures up way up there in the 40s in Walla Walla, 38 for Milton Freewater, Dayton at 38. Let's take a look at our next 7 days and our temperatures for tomorrow. 40s and 50s, but cooler by 10 degrees overnight. Hermiston looking at 57 with windy conditions. We'll see breezy winds Friday, finally calming down by Saturday. In Walla Walla, again, those showers sticking around, windy conditions there. Breezy on Friday. Could see that wintry mix as that cold front really takes place over the weekend through our region. In Yakima, look at those windy conditions on Thursday, breezy on Friday, cooler temperatures into the weekend there as well. And Tri-Cities looking for windy conditions Thursday, breezy on Friday, and a wintry mix is possible on Saturday. A lot more to come as I get to our final weather coming up in just a bit. Alyssa?
Thanks, Stacey. And still ahead tonight, we're getting a glimpse of what could be coming to the region in the coming year with the State of the Ports lunch. That's coming up new tonight at 6. We'll be right back.
Smoke City for Less. We are open 7 days a week with now 5 locations.
Taco time got you feeling like a craven lunatic? Can't explain your need for crispy, zesty? Can't remember my name until I get my hands on a Taco Time fish taco? You're not alone. When you know what you want, anytime is taco time.
There's a fire within some that refuses to be extinguished. What happens when the call of adventure clashes with silence? We're here when you need us. Batteries Plus, awaken your drive.
With K2 Vision RLE, you can throw away your distance and reading glasses. Plus, you'll never develop a cataract. Schedule a free Zoom consultation with us today. K2 Vision RLE. No glasses, no contacts, no readers.
So, all of us are here to talk about trading. Right now at US Cellular, you can get a new phone without having to trade in your old one.
Trade you my PB&J for that phone.
No, kid, you don't have to trade. See, $830 off any phone at US Cellular. No trade-in needed.
You drive a hard bargain. Boom. Chocolate milk.
You don't have to trade.
I'll take the chocolate milk.
Okay.
Get $830 off any phone. No trade-in needed. US Cellular. Built for us.
It only happens once every 4 years. So this week, Walker's Furniture is celebrating Leap Year with the biggest discounts of the year, where you can get unbeatable savings. Every bedroom set, dining room set, and comfortable sofas or sectionals, where you can take advantage of no-interest financing until next Leap Year with no money down. But you better hurry to save this big.
Because savings like these only happen every 4 years at Walker's.
At Batteries Plus, we bring power to your life. Visit Batteries Plus near you or online at batteriesplus.com.
Taco time got you feeling like a craven lunatic? Can't explain your need for crispy, zesty? Can't remember my name until I get my hands on a Taco Time fish taco? You're not alone. When you know what you want, anytime is taco time.
Some sad news from Hollywood tonight. Comedian and actor Richard Lewis has died. He might be best remembered for his appearances on HBO's Curb Your Enthusiasm with Larry David. He also appeared on The Tonight Show and in the movies. According to his publicist, Lewis died at home on Tuesday night following a heart attack. He was 76. Let's head outside for a look at the evening in the Mid-Columbia. We're talking about your ski report in your first alert forecast next on Apple Valley News Now at 5.
The best way to end your day.
That is good TV.
Friends, tonight at 11:05.
Hello, Shelby.
Hello, Mariano.
Upload Mrs. Robinson's case.
Processing.
Is there any new information?
The insurance offer is too low. Should I ask for more?
You know, when they hear from the heavy hitter, they'll pay much more.
The heavy hitter is the one for you. Call 853-2222.
It's Markdown Madness now at Mattress Depot USA.
Get slam dunk savings on premium mattress sets.
Like $99 for each piece on any size mattress.
Or $5.99 for a king-size Sealy plush mattress.
Even a queen-size Sealy plush mattress for $3.99.
Beat the buzzer. With crazy prices like this, they won't last long.
Get here before Markdown Madness ends March 31st.
Low prices every day. Mattress Depot USA.
When it comes to remodeling your bath, there's fact and there's fiction. Fiction, it's too expensive to remodel your bath. Fact, with Bathfitter's hundreds of design options, you'll get the bath you want to fit your budget. Fiction, bath remodels take forever and tear the house apart. Fact, Bathfitter installation takes just 1 day to fit your schedule. Get the bath that fits you. Bathfitter, it just fits. Go to bathfitter.com to book your free consultation.
Time for a new roof? Let M&M Roofing replace it with a product so good you'll never have to replace it again. Our roofs come with a limited lifetime warranty. Never replace your roof again. And with the rain, snow, and wind comes roof damage. Don't wait till it's an emergency. Get your free roof assessment today. So if it's time for a new roof or siding, let M&M Roofing replace it with our certified installers.
Because when it's all said and done, this is the sign you'll want in your yard.
Here are some frequently asked questions we get about Dial-A-Ride services. Is Dial-A-Ride going away? No, it is not. All Dial-A-Ride services to Tri-Cities, Benton City, and Prosser is exactly the same. Are drivers being laid off? No. If you qualify for Dial-A-Ride or want to find out if you qualify for Dial-A-Ride services, call 509-735-0160 or visit bft.org to learn more.
It only happens once every 4 years. So this week, Walker's Furniture is celebrating Leap Year with the biggest discounts of the year, where you can get unbeatable savings. Every bedroom set, dining room set, and comfortable sofas or sectionals, where you can take advantage of no-interest financing until next Leap Year with no money down. But you better hurry to save this big.
Because savings like these only happen every 4 years at Walker's.
Hello, Shelby.
Hello, Mariano.
Upload Mrs. Robinson's case.
Processing.
Is there any new information?
The insurance offer is too low. Should I ask for more?
You know, when they hear from the heavy hitter, they'll pay much more.
The heavy hitter is the one for you. Call 853-2222.
Welcome back. We're talking about your ski report. Stacey, it's kind of warm here in the Tri-Cities, but there's a lot of snow out there.
We had this weird warming trend, but let's take a look. This is a live look at Schweitzer Mountain right now. Looks pretty good up there. This is impressive, Alyssa. Check this out. Over the last 8 days, this is how much snow the mountains have gotten. Schweitzer has gotten over a foot. Bluewood nearly 2 feet. This is just in the last week. White Pass over 3 feet of snow. And here's what the forecast looks like tomorrow. Now they've gotten 10 inches of new up at Schweitzer and well, maybe a little rain mixed with snow. Temperatures will drop and they're going to see more snow there as well. Base depth has gone up. Bluewood is looking at, they got about 2 inches, so not a ton, but the base depth has also risen. 35, a little bit warm. Should be a great day for skiing if you want to head up that way tomorrow. And White Pass is looking at 28 more snow falling, and they've had new 8 inches of new just in the last. Their base depth has gone up 10 inches in just the last couple days. So
wow.
Impressive ski reports. Get out there. It's going to be a great weekend for all of that.
Good news for that. And winter is not quite done with us yet.
It is not. So if you are traveling at all over those mountain passes, you're going to want to check the pass reports before you go.
Absolutely. Always be prepared for those winter conditions.
There you go.
Thanks, Stacey, and thank you so much for watching. World News Tonight with David Muir is next. We're back tonight at 6, and you can always find the latest anytime on our website, applevalleyNewsNow.com.